Remnant from the Ashes is getting its first major update in the next few weeks that's going to add something that a lot of people have been asking for, and that is an adventure mode. Now, Gunfire Games hasn't explicitly said exactly how this adventure mode will work, but the gist of it is once you've finished a playthrough, you'll be able to roll an instance of each component area within the game, meaning you don't have to re-roll the entire campaign anymore to try to go get that Tommy gun right at the beginning, or have to go back through the entire campaign trying to get a certain playthrough on Yeisha. So this is actually going to allow you to re-roll individual worlds and maybe even individual areas, like the Verdant Glade, for instance, or maybe you have something in particular in the Scouring Wastes on ROM that you want. Those type of things might be possible. But they said this is a particular problem because they don't want people to spend all their time trying to get back to a certain point to see if their world rolled correctly or not. And, quote, that way you'll be able to track down the weapons, items, and bosses you haven't seen yet or need for a particular piece of gear without having to reroll and reset the entire game. So this is just one thing that I think Gunfire Games is really nailing down. They're understanding what are the issues we are facing as players and what do we want to see out of a game like this, where a lot of the in-game replayability is something that we're going to be spending a lot of time on. The game plan is to have this in the next couple of weeks, and there's also a tentative date of having it around September 3rd or so, but they said that's not the end of the road for new content. According to an AMA that hosted last week, the studio said they have plans for a, quote, steady stream of post-launch content. So there are plans for new biomes, enhancements to existing biomes, new weapons, new mechanics, new bosses, essentially another chapter to the game. And that's part of the beauty of Remnant. It's really built in a way that's very modular. If you look at the game when you reset the campaign, it lets you choose a campaign to reset. So they can very easily spin up another campaign, slot it in there. The first campaign is From the Ashes. The second campaign, maybe like called Rising Phoenix to play off of the Ashes words. The third campaign is Taking Back the Surface. So you have all of these things that can kind of play into it and create this very easily sectioned and compartmentalized post-launch content plan. So I think they've really positioned themselves to extend the life of this game for a very long time. Now, the principal designer, Ben Kearton, actually went on to say, quote, we think about Remnant as a foundation in which we can build upon for a long time to come. So this game definitely is not a one and done. They're going to continually build upon it. I think we're going to see something like a Dark Souls scenario here where they continuously just add things to it. Gunfire goes on to say it'll absolutely 100% be adding more weapons, armor sets, mods, traits, and just about anything else that's currently in the game will be expanded on, and as long as players remain interested, the game continues to be healthy, I think we're about to see a very long life cycle for Remnant. So just to kind of recap here, guys, what we're looking for is going to be an adventure mode coming within the next few weeks to allow us to reset specific parts of the world. Now, details are not 100% nailed down, but that is what they're going for, to avoid that whole campaign reset and playing through the entire thing. Upcoming next is going to be new biomes, updates to existing biomes, weapons, armor sets, mods, traits, anything that's currently in the game getting expanded upon. So what we're going to be seeing over the next, I would imagine, couple months is going to be Remnant from the Ashes growing considerably. So anyway, guys, this has been Vulkan. If you guys like Remnant content, please consider hitting subscribe. If you guys like any sort of loot-based content as well, check out the rest of my channel. I cover quite a few different games, but as always, guys, I'll talk to you next time.